Oh, that's a really difficult one to start with. Oh, that's sad. Which is secret information, so keep it between yourselves for now. That's another really difficult question. Is this what a mukbang is? Welcome to a slightly unconventional video. It's been a long day. It's been a long week, but I didn't want to let you down. I wanted to make sure that you get a video every Sunday. So I'm in my depressing hotel room somewhere in Whitby, near Whitby, filming Repair Shop on the Road and actually having a really good time. But it has been a busy time. For the last week, I've been up here filming with a new team, some of which are very young and have reminded me how old I actually am. And apparently, there's a trend, or was a trend, or is a trend on the internet called a mukbang. This is maybe my attempt at a poor man's mukbang. I've got a glass of rosé from Co-op down the road. I've got some chocolate, because apparently this makes it a mukbang. You need to eat something. And most importantly, I'm going to answer your questions. I put a post on Instagram asking for questions, and I was quite surprised that so many of you said I'm brave to do that. It's like, why am I? I've got nothing to hide. It's okay. Bring it on. As many questions as you want. And holy moly, let's stop waffling on and get into it. Number one, why did I move to Cornwall? Oh, that's a really difficult one to start with. I thought we were going to start with easy questions. I lived in Kent previously, had a nice garden, nice countryside. It was very nice. But you know what? Why not? Really? Moving to Cornwall has meant I've got the house, a lovely field that I can turn into a nice garden, and most importantly, a big barn that is now mine, that is my workshop. Previously, I rented my old workshop and every month was giving a lot of money to a landlord to rent the space. Now it's my space, and whatever I do to it, it's mine. And that is enough of a reason for me. I will admit there's a lot of work to do, but at least it's mine, and eventually I'll get there and it will be a decent workshop once again. But for the minute, I'm slightly compromised, but I'm working on it. Also, Cornwall is beautiful. It's a lovely place to be. Question number two, how is Wendy? And what breed is she? Wendy is a Spanish water dog, not a Labradoodle or Cockapoo. She's a Spanish water dog. She's getting on now. I think she's 6, nearly 6.5, I think. She has been absolutely fine. A tough subject at the moment because she's not been well. I don't know what she's done, but she's been a bit sad. You know, when you can just tell that the poor little dog is not happy. She's not been herself. She's been a bit sad. She has been to the vets. They've taken some blood tests. The blood tests are all okay. They think maybe she's got some kind of infection or something. I don't really know. But I will say she's eating, she's drinking, she's gaining energy again, and she's okay. We're all good. And she's loving Cornwall. Right. Question number 3. Is Wendy enjoying the new house, and how are you settling in? Wendy is settling in a lot better than us. Wendy is absolutely loving it. Any training that I had done previously, you know, recall, walking on the lead, sitting in the car and being calm, has absolutely gone out the window. She is now turned into a wild dog. As soon as she gets in the van or anywhere near the van, she thinks we're going to the beach and it's going to be a walk, and she actually just goes bananas. She's running around the field, running around the workshop. She's got freedom now and she is loving every minute of it. I am settling in okay, but I'm so busy with filming and everything else going on. There's been a lot going on. It's all still quite chaotic, to be honest. But the most important thing is Wendy is loving it. All right. Question number 4. Will John be visiting? Oh, that's sad. John has been my good friend for a long, long time. Years and years. I've known him since I was a young kid. John lives in Essex, East Coast. I used to live in Kent, which was a good hour's drive. John would very kindly give up his weekends, Saturdays or Sundays quite often, and come up and help me and give me a hand working in the workshop. Put up with me, I will say. But he is a mechanic. He's got a job. He's actually got a real job and a full-time job, and he is busy, very, very busy. And he's become more and more busy and had struggled to come up and spend time in the workshop, which I completely understand. Now I've moved to Cornwall. I'm 7 hours away on the west coast.
Well, that could be a problem.
We are obviously still speaking and texting all the time. Flights are available from Essex down to Cornwall, and I'm trying to convince him to come down and trying to time and line up both of our schedules to have a good long weekend down there. Is tricky, but we're working on it, and I'm trying my best to make it happen. So hopefully John will be back on the channel very, very soon. We haven't fallen out. We're still good friends. We still talk. He still disapproves of all of my projects that I've got going on. He will be back down very soon, and I cannot wait. The projects for John to help me work on are stacking up. So John, if you're watching, get down to Cornwall soon. We'll see you there. Is this what a mukbang is? I guess you guys need to let me know. If any of you have heard of a mukbang before, is this a mukbang? Let me know. Question number 5. What are the next big projects? It's not like I need any more projects, to be honest. Let's be honest. I'm fully aware that I've got the Porsche in the workshop that I'm desperate to get on with. The Edwardian that I'm there, which I'm making some progress on, but there's a lot more to do. The various other motorbikes that are floating around there, let alone the actual building itself. But some of you may have seen in the last week's video, I've gone and got myself a new Defender. It is TD5, 2000, I think, 2001. Long 110, long bed pickup. It's in the workshop on axle stands with the bonnet open because it's broken. I was not expecting it to be a project, but the reason for getting that, which is secret information, so keep it between yourselves for now, I'm working on a new TV show. I'm really excited about it. It's an awesome project and we're just getting started into it, and it's so exciting already. It's going really well. I can't wait to be able to share more with you, and we're going to be driving around in a Defender if I can get it fixed. So John, if you're watching, get down to the workshop, get down to Cornwall soon, because I need a hand getting this Defender running, because the TV show is already happening. It's really exciting. I think you're going to love it. You are going to love it. So far, it's gone really well. And that is probably going to get me in trouble. So apologies to anybody watching that is now probably texting me saying you're not supposed to say any of that. Let's move on before I say anything else. Number 6. What are your plans for the new workshop? Where do I start with that one? I've recently found about 15 original old Crittall windows from Exeter University. Historically, they were in Exeter University. Big factory windows. They are going to go in each bay. There's 8 bays, I think, down each line of the workshop. Each bay is going to have a beautiful old Crittall window. Spike and Fergus are there at the moment, literally now, blocking and putting blockwork up in every bay, leaving me apertures for the windows. I'm going to restore the window frames, get the reglazed, put the windows in. I'm desperately trying my best to get the building as watertight as possible as soon as I can. I fully appreciate it's summer now, but it's very quickly going to become autumn and winter and get wet. And I'm trying my absolute hardest and spending every penny that I've got trying to get that building as watertight as possible. Part of that process, I guess, is going to include leveling a section of floor. The whole workshop floor is on a big slope, the entire workshop floor, because the cows used to sleep in there and they needed somewhere to sort of wash all the dirt and stuff away. So it all slopes down to the bottom. I can't dig it all out because the height difference is way too much to dig too much out of there, out of the tall end. So I'm going to break it up into 3 and terrace each section. So there'll be a flat section there, a couple of steps up, a dividing wall, another flat section, dividing wall, then another flat section. Each wall, so I can separate each section, cars down the bottom, woodwork in the middle, metalwork at the top. Keeping the left-hand side still a ramp, so I can put all the projects and big stuff in there and have access into each bay from the left-hand side. That is my grand plan. I wish I had a drawing or something to show you, but it's all just in my head. But that is going to take a lot of time and a lot of money to do. So initially, I'm just going to try and seal up the walls, flatten off one section at the moment, and work with that. And as I can afford it, as I progress, as there's more time, hopefully I'll get it a little bit more into the workshop that I'm dreaming of. But that dream is quite far away at the moment. A lot of that progress will probably be covered on the TV show, so it won't all be on YouTube. You'll have to wait a little bit longer to see it, but I'll cover it all on here. You'll know enough about what's going on to get the gist of it. I've eaten so much chocolate. I don't know if I can eat any more. I've splashed out whilst I was in co-op, and I've gone for Tony's. The best, literally the best chocolate. Caramel and sea salt. Solid choice. Question number 7. We were on 6 or 7? 7. What future projects or products are on the horizon for Ranelagh? A brilliant question, which I'm very, very passionate about. We're up to number 9 now on the full-sized, all new, brand new machines, which is, I'm really proud of. It's a big achievement. Making each machine is a huge amount of work. And it's amazing that many are now out in the wild being used to make cars and aeroplanes and all sorts of things. It's amazing. The half wheels, I've made 2 prototypes. Jeff has rejected both of them. I'm on to the 3rd one now. The patterns have been modified again. The casting has been cast. It's done. It's at the foundry. I have just not had, basically, I've not had time to get it back and follow it through. But the main problem is I need to use my mega drill, the big Asquith, it's like 3.5 ton radial arm drill, to drill the holes in the castings. That drill needs 3-phase power, and a lot of it. The motors on it are absolutely massive. And the workshop at the moment has not got enough power to power it. I haven't got 3-phase, so I can't run the drill, so I can't drill the holes in the casting, so I can't progress with the project, which is killing me. I really want to develop and progress with the merch side of things. Every time I have stickers or keyrings available, you guys are so supportive. I mean, they sell out almost instantly within a few hours, and that means so much to me. It's really, really nice. I mean, even the keyrings, for example, where I get them from, we've made a video on it, which you can go back and watch. It's supporting him as a maker, hand making every keyring. Ordering those 200 at a time is a big deal for him. And then you guys purchasing them helps me out, and every penny that comes from that goes straight back in to the workshop, to these builds, to the future projects, and helps to build the channel. It's a big deal. And the fact that you're all so supportive means so much to me. It's a lovely feeling, and I want to expand it. I want to do beanies, t-shirts, all sorts of other things. I'm so busy with life, filming, TV, YouTube, working, making projects. I have not got the physical time or capacity to develop and expand and sell the merch. It's very easy to go on the website and click buy and purchase, put your card details in and it's done. But that to me then goes into a spreadsheet, which overwhelms me and I don't understand how to deal with it. Then I've got to try and work out how to print the print labels. I've got to stamp all of the envelopes, package them all up, take them all to the post office, deal with, they're all over the sales are all over the world. So some are international, some are in the UK. That all takes a lot of time, which I don't have. I like doing it myself. I think maybe I'm a bit of a control freak and I struggle with letting go of, I want to make sure that every single keyring is perfect and goes in the envelope perfectly and goes to the right address. I mean, I've literally got a box of 200 keyrings done, made, ready at home that I could put on the website, but I just don't have the time to deal with packaging them and sending them to actually put them on the website for sale. So how do I solve that? Let me know. Anyone wants to be my PA, my dispatch manager, get in touch, let me know. What are we on now? Question number 8. How do you cope with not feeling overwhelmed with everything you have going on? If I'm completely honest, I don't deal with it very well. There is a lot going on, but I have to be grateful, and I am immensely grateful that I've got these amazing opportunities, whether it's the repair shop, on the road, making it market, whatever I'm working on, TV projects, this new TV project, even YouTube. It's all a huge amount of work, and it takes up a lot of time, it takes up my life, but I love it. I absolutely love it. But it is very much all consuming and takes up every minute of my waking hours because there's always something to do. If I'm finished filming for the week at the repair shop, I'm back in the workshop trying to build the walls or prep that, move materials, bring here, do that, work on the Defender, get this working, taking apart the airplane engine. There's just always a lot going on. And I will admit that is my fault for getting involved in all these projects, but you know, why not? Life's too short. Having some downtime is really important. And that might be walking Wendy on the beach, chasing her around, getting covered in sand and chasing her in the water at the beach, or tying up the runner beans and the tomatoes in the raised beds in the garden. Just firing up the mower, topping up the fuel, and just trundling around the field, mowing my paths, mowing my lanes, going around the raised beds, and escape from all of the busy stuff, which I think is needed sometimes. Question number 9. How did you get into TV? And what is your background? I'm sure a lot of you know this already. Obviously not everybody because you've asked this question, but I got a job in London working for Rankin, a photographer. Ended up being his set designer, making props and sets and things for him, which took over a few years. Ended up running his set design department. That was a wild but amazing and difficult few years. I literally quit my job on the Friday, left there. Monday, that weekend, whenever it was, signed the lease to my workshop, my new workshop in Hackney Wick in East London, which was an absolute derelict workshop, and started my own company, being a set designer. The next few months from there on was some of the scariest weeks, months, literally I've ever had. Having that commitment to pay that workshop rent, having no job, no idea where the next job is going to come from, was a really scary time. And I think that moment in my life, that time, has given me a real appreciation for every single person that comes on to the Making It Market show. There are so many of their situations I can relate to. They've got full-time jobs, they've got real jobs, they want to do a craft for a living, but it's taking that leap from that full-time job to doing your own thing. And I think because I've been there, I can relate. And when I speak to the people on that show and so many other people, I've been there, I get it. I know how scary it is, I get it. And there's never the right time. It's never going to feel comfortable, it's never going to feel safe. But I guess you need to do, sometimes you just got to do what feels right. And even though you don't know all the answers and you're not sure which way it's going to go, what's going to happen, just try and just go for it. I'd rather get to later in life and regret having tried something and it failed than regret not trying it. Basically, I was designing sets, building props, doing all sorts of things. The repair shop came along as an opportunity to design and build a sign, which I was doing a lot of already. The repair shop sign at the front of the barn. Went there and installed it on the front of the barn in the same place that you see it now. And then saying yes to an opportunity that came up at the time to be on the show, which was way out of my comfort zone and something I really didn't want to do and didn't really ever see myself doing, has now led to a completely different life, a life that I would never have expected. There's a lesson there somewhere. I don't know what it is, but I'm now sitting in a cheap hotel just outside Whitby with a graveyard of chocolate wrappers. Question 10. Outside of metalwork, what have you enjoyed making the most? That's another really difficult question. Recently, on the repair shop, there was a VE Day special. Jayesh had a cap that he repaired and restored beautifully. I just wanted to say thank you in a way, or just a little something to the owner of it. I wanted to make some way of displaying it and protecting it for the future. Moths had eaten it. That was the main damage that had happened to it, and I wanted that to stop happening. This is what happens at the repair shop. We genuinely meet these people and speak to them and hear the stories for the first time live, as you see on the TV when they're talking to us, and you can't help but get emotionally involved and attached to the things that these people bring in. I ended up designing and making a display case, very much like you'd get in a haberdashery shop or sweet shop, on the top of the counter, very thin, wooden frame, mirror at the back, velvet at the bottom, with the cap, the medals and everything. It was a dream and a vision that I had. As soon as I'd spoken to him and heard the story about this cap, I know exactly what we need to do. And the joy of the repair shop is there's very little restriction to stop these dreams actually happening. You know, it's just like, we can do it. It's fine, I can do it. But that was an incredibly challenging woodworking project that I took on, way above, well, I thought at the time, way above anything I could achieve. And I will admit that you didn't see necessarily on camera. It took a lot of research, a lot of trial, a lot of error, a lot of thinking and planning and trying different corner joints. And, you know, it was a lot of, there was a lot of thought process behind it and development for me to be able to make this display case. And that was all made of wood and glass. And I've got to say a big thank you as well to Dave Smith, my really good friend down in Torquay, that is an amazing guy. He really came through at the last minute, very short notice. I called him at the repair shop. I was like, Dave, I've got this idea. I'm making this display case. Explain the situation to him, and he got it like I did. He was like, of course, we need to put his name on the front. Of course we do. Send me the piece of glass. I'll design it. I'll design the font. We'll acid etch it, reverse glass, gild it. And he was like, get it down to me. We'll do it. No problem. In the shortest amount of time. And I'm so grateful to have friends like Dave and to be working on a show like the repair shop, where I have the freedom and the situation, I guess, to be able to do these amazing things for such deserving people. I'm usually the first one to criticize whatever I've made and see the faults in what you've made, but I was actually really pleased with that. And to have a piece of glass made by Dave Smith on the front, just it was beautiful and very well received. And yeah, that was a special one for me. I think it was a special moment and a bit of a reminder of how lucky I am to be in this situation, to be so fortunate to be able to do these things for so many people over the years. And it's been over 7 years, I think now, we've been working on Repair Shop. There's hundreds and hundreds of people's lives that we've changed by fixing these things. So yeah, there you go. Cheers to you all. Oh my God, look at the time. Dear me. Right, I need to go to bed. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments any feedback. I hope you've enjoyed watching this mukbang, or Q&A if you're old. But I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next Sunday at 5 p.m. Give us a subscribe if you can. Appreciate it very much. Thank you so much. See you next week, Sunday, 5 p.m.